I see dead people.
Nothing on that beat. Nope.
Aye, monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a freak throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pull on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I was over here bugging out, just raising hell, cause they not like us. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Cause they not.
It feel good to be back.
Oh, don't it? Doesn't
Feel
it?
good to be back.
Well, look, let's do what we do since it's all of us. I am your man, K Marvel.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy QS.
Going on, everybody? It's the Big Stretch, and I want everybody to know that Jalen Brunson is my point guard. Damn it! Put it in the goddamn pocket.
I would have worn my Knicks cap,
What the
but
hell did you just make a Pokemon noise? What the hell was that?
You heard that?
I don't know.
And we are your four corners of commentary. Oh, schnizzat. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while since we've been on, but also it's been a while since all four of us have been on the show. And so welcome back to our brother Stretch. Man, I know the people missed you. What's going on with you, brother? How's everything?
Things are good. Things are getting better. I was dealing with a little bit of a back injury, working out in the gym, but just working, covering, maintaining. Things are getting a lot better. Keeping up with the NBA playoffs, of course. In case you haven't realized, Jalen Brunson is in fact my point guard. There was nobody like that. That man. When Mark Jackson coined the phrase "Mama, there goes that man," he was talking about Jalen Brunson.
What he said. Nah, man, the Knicks are doing great right now. Talking about no, never mind. So with that being said, Stretch, QS, what's going on? Well, not Stretch, Stryker and QS, what's going on with y'all?
Well, one thing I will say, happy belated to the brother Stretch.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that too. Happy belated to the brother.
Of course, happy belated Stretch.
Thank you. 35.
I would,
good.
and with that being said, real quick, I would be remiss to not say two very special happy birthdays. One to moms, which we all know my mom. So shout out to the Lady Ninja, happy belated birthday, and shout out to the Mrs. La Fiance. Birthday's the day before Stretch, so there's a whole bunch of tourists in the building. Also, a former guest of the show. Too many. Also, a former guest of the show. Supreme Madness. Shout out to the brother. His birthday was last week, also. So there's a ton of tourists. Shout out to the tourist season out here right now. Gentlemen, please continue.
Well, I'll just finish off. I ain't got much to say. Went to jury duty yesterday. Got out with the honesty. The judge just smiled at me and let me go. So I guess I'm winning somehow. But haven't been streaming. I'll be back streaming hopefully next week because it's about to be Summer Game Fest season. We're about to get all these new games. Did anybody see the Assassin's Creed Shadows review?
Yes, sir.
I saw it.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah.
I mean, besides all the crappy people talking about, the game's too woke and this and all that crap, you're getting a historical figure and you're getting actual ninjas in Assassin's Creed. So it's not anything of the fantastical element. This is actual, like, historical mixing with, things that actually exist in the world. So I think it's dope. Being the fact that you're going from the point of view of two different play styles, two different protagonists, I think is great. And it's a nice historical piece. I love historical pieces. So to me, it's a day one buy. I don't know about me anybody else, but for me, it's a day one buy.
I mean, I think it's funny that they're calling it woke when it takes place in Egypt. So
Japan.
No, it's in
is
Japan.
it not?
Yeah, it's in Japan.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So let me rephrase this. I was about to say this. Yeah, let me rephrase that. I apologize. It takes place in Japan, but the historical figure is based off of the extremely famous and well-known Black samurai Yasuke. To which, if you haven't had a chance, and for our next show, we'll be talking about some animes that we've been watching and new ones that just started back up, new seasons, things like that, and a bunch of other things. But if you have had a chance, go on Netflix and definitely check out that anime. It's an amazing show. I definitely would suggest y'all going to see that. Q, what's up with you, bro?
I mean, just usually I guess it's going. Just you pretty much working. I'll also want to give a birthday shout out. Happy birthday to Janae, to mother. For my friend group over there, we always call her mother. She's like the mother of the group, but her birthday was Mother's Day, and happy birthday. You already know, always gonna love you, boss lady. Always gonna love you, mother. We even gonna go up for you even more this Sunday. So we get, once that's put down to the side, you already know all the love and all respect. Yeah, life is going, just working, therapy, just
more working.
Yeah, more working, going through the motions. Just, I guess you could say it's just like, it's going through different stages, different transitional stages, trying to like just still figure some things out. But that's pretty much it with for the most part with my end. Just going and working.
Yeah. No, I hear you. You was also at did you work the NBA draft this year?
The NBA draft is upcoming.
I'm sorry.
It's June 26th. It will be June 26th.
Oh, I was thinking NFL. That's why. But NFL wasn't in New York. NFL was where? Vegas?
Detroit.
In Detroit.
Detroit.
Yep.
That's not left.
Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to branch out.
No. Listen, I get it. I ain't mad at them. They do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad.
They used to put in all types of different locations and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much paying attention to everything going on with stories, paying attention to still watching the playoffs. A lot of just sort of matchups. The matchups all are just pretty interesting. Obviously, we already know that the Celtics are in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's an easy given. I always laugh trying to see like how this team always somehow just find. They always, for the past couple of years, they just always been skating by to the Eastern Conference Finals or the Finals. They're always consistent. I'd be like, y'all always got an easy road, but it's cool. But I guess trying to see what's going to come with this with the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. We trying to really see who's going to end up taking the chip this year. It ain't the Lakers, I'm in Cancun already in my head, so it's just like I don't really care who's going to actually take the chip this year. It's like I ain't getting it, so it is what it is. I'm just waiting for everybody else to be on the couch with me, so it's just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, my brother man is a Lakers fan, right?
Absolutely. The Lakers fan.
I had to switch it. It was hurting my head, man. Can't keep the Warriors on my head, bro.
Yeah, man. Good old Lakers fan here. It's all good, Start and reset. It's kind of interesting to see certain fan bases. They fighting. But we gonna see how long the fight gonna last. It's just
See, y'all don't know that's a shot, but we're not gonna go.
It's not a shot. That's just the truth. It's not a shot. It's just the truth. Because they know it's the truth. They like, yeah, we fighting. That's it.
I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not saying a word. You know why? I'm not saying a word. Number one, the fight's not over until the breathing stops. Number one.
Yep.
Hey, talk about it.
This is playoff basketball. All that load management bullshit goes out the window.
Yes,
play to win every single game. If you need to play 40 plus minutes every single game and get it done, that's what you're going to do.
Even if that means you got to play hurt. Even if it means you got to play hurt. Hey,
damn it.
Do what you got to do, right? At least get through it and then deal with it postseason, postseason, if you will.
Allow me to say this before I forget, since we're on the topic of the NBA playoffs. Fuck Joel Embiid.
Oh my god!
Agreed. And Philly.
Agreed.
And Philly.
Always fuck Philly.
Joel Embiid. Fuck Tyrese Maxey and his KRS-One dreads that don't grow. Fuck
not the fucking KRS-One dreads.
Fuck Nick Nurse for complaining to the officials. Fuck Scott Foster, even though he's still officiating games. Fuck him too.
Damn, you're going in, sir.
No, but that's a fact though. Scott Foster. Anytime you know Scott Foster going to be a rep for your game, you know it's about to be some bullshit every fucking time.
Okay, I digress for a second. Right, I'm pretty sure everybody's had like in kindergarten or first grade that one kid that just couldn't get a grip on reading. Everybody just groans when he's asked to read. That's how I look when Scott Foster is officiating a game. Jesus. I see Scott Foster or Tony Brothers. I'm just like,
you know what's coming.
It's like old times, right?
You know what's coming when they play. Also, it is also the start of the WNBA season. You know,
shout out Liberties.
Shout out to Liberty for getting their first win of the season.
Liberty playing the Fever right now.
Liberties.
Yes. They actually they play the Fever this Saturday. The Liberty do place the Indiana Fever this Saturday. That's
get them out of here. Get them out of here too.
Nah, it's gonna be good. It's good for the sport. It's good for the organization. Good for the product.
It's good for the TV.
Say y'all can say what y'all want, but Caitlin Clark is the Caitlin Clark effect. It is working. She's her debut brought in.
You mean the 10 turnovers?
Nah, bro, it don't matter. That's the league. That's her welcome to the league. But she still finished off with 20 points. Old girl's a shooter.
Yep.
But she brought 2 million views on the product with her alone. So it goes to show you that's the fact. You gotta be proud of it no matter what. Like this is, I like what's going on with WNBA. It's going in the right direction. I always say it. I give it about another 5-10 years max. That it's going to be in a way better position than it is now. But you can see the wheels are turning. The wheels are turning. We got folks. We got Caitlin. We got Angel Reese in here as well. We got
Chicago Sky is the best team in the league, bro.
Who is Clark is with who?
She's with Indiana
Fever.
Indiana Fever. You know, Angel Reese.
Indiana Fever in a couple of years, they're going to be really good. I'm telling you, because they have two of the best female college basketball players in recent memory. Because you have to remember, they have Aaliyah Boston also.
Yeah, exactly.
Aaliyah Boston, who not only won Rookie of the Year, but she was National Player of the Year when she left college.
Oh, wow.
South Carolina. So they have a really good young team. It's going to take them some time. Like people, I think, just put their expectations way too high for her as a rookie.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like that's
like everybody else, I think. But she's going to get better.
I was just going to say, I feel like that's a lot of people when they have all the hype behind them. The expectations are astoundingly high. So it's gonna. I mean, she got to get used to the league. You know what I mean? It isn't college ball, But I can say this about the WNBA, man. The WNBA ball, when they ball like it's college ball. You know what I mean? It seems like
watching WNBA games, they ball. The way they ball is way more better than what you're seeing with the NBA. At least, obviously, with the NBA, it's like the theatrics. With them, they just playing. Like the only thing that you're not seeing that the women do, you're just not seeing them dunk, and that's fine. But they could play ball. Like it's like everybody likes to give this gives them flag trying to say like, oh, nobody watches the WNBA, nobody watches them. Nah, trust me, y'all watching them now. Like obviously him compared to before. Y'all was only like the only ones y'all heard about was like the Lisa Leslie's, Maya Moore, or Therese Witherspoon,
Skylar Diggins, or Candace
But
Parker.
like now, like look at it now. Like, yo, these players are literally all given a ton of respect. You got Aaliyah Boston, you got Caitlin Clark, you got Angel Reese, Camille Cardoza, Sabrina Ionescu, Benaj Laney. It literally, the list literally goes right down. Even seeing Dee Richards, she's on the Washington Mystics now. So it's just like, oh, and these girls can really play. We got in order for us to, if you want to, obviously we're not going to see the WNBA and the NBA on the same level, but if you want to improve it, you gotta go to the games. I'm telling y'all, go to the games, watch the games when they're on. Like, show the support.
Like it.
Yeah, show the support because they need it. They need this, and it's literally, they're athletes. They need support. They need our support, and it's enjoyable to watch.
Absolutely.
But you already know. But Let's Go Liberty is always gonna be fuck the Aces. It's always gonna be fuck Las Vegas Aces. Sorry, it is what it is. It can't just gonna hold it down. Like, let's go for the crown. They gotta go get
it's on site.
Yeah, let's see the Liberty. They gotta get that chip this year. We can't let the Aces get a three-peat. They can't three-peat it. They can't three-peat. That's it.
Y'all heard him. Well, look. With that being said, oh, sorry. Oh, what? What I missed?
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us once again. We are your Four Corners of Commentary. We just had to get those little intros, those little parts out the way, because it's been a while since you guys saw us. Excuse me. And there's a lot of things going on, but today we got 2 undercard matches and then 1 main event. We're going to dive into these for a little bit. There's some stuff going on. So, first and foremost, we're just going to knock this one out of the way. First match we're going to talk about is Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. Is it the fastest rap battle of all time? Could be. Guys, so I had the opportunity to be on a few spaces / podcasts. Shout out to 2 Laughing Hearts, where we got to speak about this for a little bit. But this has been the talk of the town when it comes to music, to rap battles, to hip hop, I should say. Now, I've been having all of these conversations. There's been a lot of ups and downs with who won the battle, with who was lyrically better, with who impressed and who didn't. I'm going to save my views for later. So, gentlemen, doesn't matter who. Let's start with you guys. Kendrick Lamar, Drake. What happened? What you guys think? I guess we see what Stretch thinks. But yeah, what do you guys think? We know there was a ton of diss tracks, one right after another for a solid week. It was nonstop. What was your favorite diss track? Who do you think won? And your thought?
I hate y'all Knicks fans so much, man. I really do. Y'all,
Because we're not speaking.
y'all Knicks fans, like,
insufferable. I'm telling you right now.
Just ignore him. Just ignore him, QS. Just ignore him. Ignore him.
Insufferable.
What do you think, bro?
The basketball gods can't let that shit happen. If it happens, the antichrist is gonna come, and you can't just, y'all are too insufferable. But
that man got hate in his veins, bro.
Y'all niggas, you're not even a real fucking Knicks fan. Like, shut up.
I wasn't. I did.
I'm only addressing one person.
It's not about me, sir. It's not about me.
Like, Jesus. All right.
Let me answer the question. Who I think won to beat? I think Kendrick won to beat. I think Kendrick won to beat.
Landslide.
As far as like this, I remember, it was so wild. Like, I remember when Family Matters dropped, right? And we was like, okay, all right, you're not really. Family Matters was pretty good. Like, we was like, oh, he up, right? He released his shit, and like a whole bunch of stuff came out. We all was like, damn, I wonder when Kendrick's gonna respond. 15 minutes later, he drops Meet the Grams, and we like, oh, that's okay. Okay. And it's like, you know, Meet the Grams, like it's just like, all right, beef aside, right? Let's throw the beef out of the window for a second, right? The fact that he's addressing like every family member allegedly or otherwise, right? The fact that he's addressing them like in kind of like a Dear John like letter form already gave it to him for me. Like he's like, Dear Adonis, this, that, and your third. Like he's talking to his mother, his father. Like he went through the whole family, all the alleged members of the family that we know about, you know. Because it's like, to me, you know, I don't know, like the response to it all was like weak sauce. The hard part 6 to me was weak sauce. I can't like.
You're forgetting one thing in between, but go ahead.
No, he didn't mention it on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going.
No, it's like to me it was weak sauce. Like his response to everything. That's what made Drizzy lose in my eyes. The response to all that. Like you can't say like I'm too famous to be a pedophile. Just expecting people to be okay with it. You know, like it just doesn't compute for me at least. You know, like he didn't really like. I mean, he addressed a couple of things. You know, he implied some stuff too. Like he implied about the domestic violence, which is serious. You know, but
But here's the thing with that. I'm sorry, I was just gonna say. Here's the thing with that in particular. It was also like, so for that, using it as an example, right? The pedophile situation. Like he didn't say, "Oh, I'm not a pedophile." He said, "Oh, I don't talk to Millie Bobby Brown," which is something that Kendrick didn't even say on the track. That was all internet, and the proof was that there were videos and she spoke about it. So it's not, these weren't addressed on the track. And on top of that, right, you would think that if this was feeding information, if you were feeding information to somebody and then going, haha, gotcha, bitch, you would have said that at the beginning of the track. Like you would have stated specific things like that, and you didn't.
I mean, he said it, but it was like, to me, that just don't even make sense. Like he got somebody that fed him false information or whatever. Like even when Meet the Grams dropped, right? Out of all the shit that was like in Meet the Grams or whatever, and the shit like they not like us, right? The first thing he puts on Instagram is like, I ain't even got a secret daughter. Like that's the one thing you choose,
right?
out of everything that was said to address.
My thing.
And it's like if you're gonna do that, oh, 1 second. If you're gonna do that, right? Like you're already addressing the song on Instagram. There was no victory lap, like, oh, you fell for the fake information. None of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, to me, like all that is bullshit. Like he got to me, he has to have a mole in his camp. Like I can't see that being such a clear-cut victory for him, and he takes no victory lap. Like he just released the hard part 6 and then said, you know what, I'm out. It don't make no sense. Like you can't just leave it there. Like if he leave it there, to me, he loses. Automatically, he loses.
The problem, the problem with Aubrey's Angels is that they've been so desensitized. Aubrey's Angels have been so desensitized to everything that Drake drops. They just think everything. They think everything that he drops is gold, and it's just like, nah, bro. Like this ain't it. My question, I really want to know, why does this nigga always got to keep getting bullied to take care of his kids?
Yeah,
no one has answered my question with that. I asked that question before, and no one has still fucking answered it. Like, why does this nigga always have to constantly keep getting bullied to take care of his fucking children? Fucking time. We didn't even know. We didn't know about Adonis until Pusha T had to bully you on the story of Adidon.
Right, and then on top of that, bro, right? He called it. He didn't even say anything. Like when he went on the interview and he was like, "Oh, that was a good chess move." What?
Like, what?
When he was pouring his heart out, when he was talking about, "Oh, I lost the battle, I did," but
the funniest part. What the thing about it is, especially with the format, is the one song out of all these tracks that's dropped from Like That to Push Ups. The one song that unfortunately is not on any streaming platform is 616 in LA. That's literally the most underrated. That was the most underrated track right there, because that really was the warning shot for real.
Yes,
we always
sir.
talk about with Euphoria being a warning shot, trying to say, Euphoria was a warning as well, like to let him know, like, yo, we just gonna keep it to bars.
To yourself. Yep.
Just keep it with bars. And he told him, he said, don't tell no lies about me. I won't tell any truths about you. And it's exactly as you saw. He went and did his thing with Euphoria. A lot of y'all. And it really showed me that a lot of these tracks that Kendrick dropped, a lot of you started to really expose on who actually listens to music and who doesn't. A lot of folks really, now we're like, going back trying to like, they like everything that Drake was even saying on Family Matters, or even saying on Push-Ups, trying to say like, his so-called classic, trying to say like, Pimp a Butterfly isn't a classic. It's boring, and it's just like everyone just went with that narrative, like To Pimp a Butterfly was a boring album, but when they actually went back and listened to it, they're like, oh wow, this shit is actually good. A lot of y'all starting to do a lot of revisionist history. It's cool. Y'all talking about domestic violence,
but a lot of people also did that. A lot of people did that because of Cole too, because of 7 Minute Drill.
We not
talking about that.
I talk about it. Relevant. I love that shit.
It's irrelevant. That's not even on topic.
He backed out. He's no longer relevant in this conversation.
Cole was the smartest person in this beef.
Yeah, he damn sure was.
Because we don't even respect that. We don't even respect that. Like, shut up. We don't want to
he got out that mud quick. He the smartest person.
Because he probably knew what was coming. He's like, oh yeah,
no, he didn't know. He was warned. He was warned.
Yeah, Schoolboy Q spoke to him. Yep.
Sometimes in this life, you got to know when to cut your losses.
Yep.
He saw where the writing was. He saw the writing on the wall, and he cut his losses. I can't blame him for that.
That's a fact.
Considering where this went,
because he did take 7 Minute Drill off all streaming platforms. That song is gone. So it's just like, all right.
But I
think said he's protecting his peace, and he peaced out.
I was just about to say that. You can't. For me, it's like I just feel like you can't be mad at the brother for doing that, for literally protecting his peace. That's what the fuck he wanted to do. It was out of character for him.
You could be mad because supposedly this was supposed to be this is what y'all call them the big three, right? This is supposed to be a battle of the big three. Really, what it was looking like, it was two of the big three against one. So it was just like it's like wrestling. It was a handicap match. But then when it started out as a handicap match, and then it's like now it's like, let's see, it's like it's the Usos versus Sami Zayn. And then this time, and as shit is raging on, J. Cole is Jay Uso, and Kendrick is fucking Sammy. Jimmy is obviously fucking is wheelchair Jimmy is fucking Drake. So it's just like, all right, cool. It goes along, and it's just like, and then you're looking at it as like as J. Cole is Jay, and he's being conflicted because he don't want to hurt his friend. So he just backs out of it all the way completely, and it just fucks up the whole sequence of the bloodline. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Nah. You're supposed to help me, and it's just like, nah, I'm out of this. I want nothing to do with that. Right. And of course, and then that's how Sammy gets the courage to get built back up, and he gets the win. But all in all, it's just once Meet the Grams had dropped, that was a very methodical disc, because again, exactly as Stretch said, it was like Eminem Stan writing a letter to himself. He's over here, he's writing a letter to your child and letting it know everything, just breaking it down straight down one by one by one. Again, yes, there definitely is a mole in that camp, because of that mole, we know that Drake is on Ozempic. we know clearly that Drake is allegedly messing with underage women, allegedly. We can't confirm or deny it. Allegedly Drake has a secret child, another secret child that we just don't know about. So it's just like it just, and mind you, this shit is, and it's crazy because it's like, even still, this song is still on the charts. So actually, it's building up. And then this time, and then it was like the knockout punch out of fucking nowhere was when Kendrick just dropped "Not Like Us" on Cinco de Mayo weekend, and then it ended up being a motherfucking banger. It just ended up, like I said it before. I said that song is about to be the song of the summer by accident. Literally, it's like,
no,
it ain't
by design.
Like, not by accident at all.
Like Kendrick, like really like showing was really trying to show Drake, like, yeah, you make hits. You do make hits. No one's taking that away from you. You got more hits than me, but I could just go and make a hit just like you. When it hopped on a DJ Mustard track, dropped it, and now you hearing this song all over. You hear this song in the barbershop. You hear the song on the block. You hear the song at the funeral. You hear the song
everywhere. Literally,
you hear the song at a wedding. You hearing it in the club. You even got Chris Brown is over here jamming to the shit in the club. Yo, it's just this song is literally all over, and you can't escape it. It's number one in Canada. It's number one over here. It's number one in Cali. It's literally it's just all over. And it's always everyone tries to put Family Matters versus Not Like Us. The culture already embraces. They love Not Like Us. It's a bop. That's it. No matter what. Beat your ass. Like, do you understand? Like, there's so many damn quotables in that song too. Like, do you know what type of madman you got to be to say beat your ass and hide the Bible, like while God's watching? Do you understand? Like, you gonna beat
that
somebody
is crazy.
You gonna hide the word of God, and try to act like, oh yeah, nobody, God's not gonna see that. God sees everything. Like, do you see how demented and twisted motherfuckers got to be? Mind you, also, I think that's the mistake right there for Drake. Let this be a reminder to leave Kendrick alone. Everybody just leave this man alone. This is someone that this is still a rap. Right. Still one of the most popular, one of the greatest rappers that we have this generation. That still dresses like an 80s psychopath.
Right.
Leave him alone. Like, leave him alone. He's just all Kendrick gonna do. He could rap.
He's Candyman.
He could drop hits, and then he's gonna go back in his shell and just act like nothing. And he's not gonna give nothing else.
He's Candyman. He's literally Candyman.
Do what he got to do, and then he just goes right back and just acts like nothing happened. I'm done.
I feel
right. Strike.
As for me, I mean, Drake shot himself in the foot again. One, you didn't do your research. Two, you got baited throughout the whole thing. Kendrick told you, hey, don't say nothing. Don't respond anyway, stupid. He said, keep it clean, keep it rap. You ain't want to do that. You want to go try and pay people all over the freaking US to try and get some information on demand. And what ended up happening to you? People just getting your money and you ain't getting no receipts. Because you know why? A lot of people respect Kendrick way more than they respect you.
And you couldn't find nothing on him because it turns out that Kendrick lives a fucking boring life. That's exactly fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's like, yo,
exactly.
You can't go after somebody that just lives a regular life. Like, yo, he just takes care of his kids. He takes care of his kids. He chills with his fiance. That's it. He's cooling. That's it. He helps his community out. You trying
Kendrick,
to say
Go ahead, finish it.
You trying to say that you got more love. You got more love in his city than he do. Is like, no, you don't. You may got more love in Hollywood. You don't got more love in LA. Like, you don't. Yep. You don't. Kendrick is loved in LA. They love that man. Like, Kendrick literally got killers, gangsters, and jail niggas dancing again. I ain't see none of these niggas start stepping and dancing to a Drake beat. They over here dancing to this. I was just like, if that don't show you anything, I don't know what else there's there to say. It's a landslide victory. It literally was. And everybody knew that. We don't have to compare hits. Nobody has to compare any hit for hit. You don't have to compare.
People's going to do that anyway.
Drake is always going to be solidified. He's always going to have more hits. He really is a pop artist. But when it got to go to this rap shit, it was actually
just like Nicki
rapping. Nah, you ain't. We don't bring her up. Don't bring her up. We don't bring her up.
But all you got to do. I mean, I just let it slide. That's it.
I don't want them coming over here. I don't want them coming over here. Just
y'all. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. But just like my subtitle says, sometimes you just gotta pop out and show niggas. That's it. That's all you gotta do.
Sometimes you gotta.
Drake messed up. You think because your lighter half, because you think you have these business connections and you think you're a mafia boss and you're going to go plant all this money in the streets thinking the streets are going to work for you. It don't work like that. And Kendrick was playing you as a fiddle every step of the way. calling him a colonizer, a culture vulture, anything you can think of. Because why would you go and say the line talking like you're trying to free the slaves? Are you tone deaf? Are you stupid?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yep.
And that's what really woke the beast. Why would you say some stupid crap like that? You already know what people saying about you. You're already acting like you are already acting like your father ain't black. So why would you think you're gonna go move or you're gonna try and play this chess game with somebody like that? You know how crazy this situation is? When you got academics saying, hey, I don't fuck with this dude. What are you doing? Why are you always trying to mess with somebody's girl?
But you know, it also goes to show you, not even that, Drake got bigger shit to worry about. It's not even this whole thing with Kendrick. He really got the real beef he got is really with XO. He really got that beef with the Weeknd. Like that's what he really got to worry about.
Dude is hurt.
Yeah, he got and I say this, if you're the one person and you have all these issues with every single brother, you having to fall out, you got to fall out with the Weeknd, you got to fall out with ASAP, you got to fall out with Rick Ross, you got to fall out with motherfucking Metro Boomin, you got to fall out with Future, you clearly have had a beef with Kendrick for over a decade. For those that know, you got to be the problem. Everybody else can't have the same issue with you, and you just like this. You're the only one that's a victim. Now you got to, after a while, you got to look yourself in the mirror and be like, yo, maybe I am the problem. I might be the problem. It's not. Everybody can't be just hating it. Like you got that's just regular human nature. Like it's not. Everybody just can't be hating on you just to hate on you. Nah,
that's what you,
and that's the thing. You clearly have been doing some foul shit behind the scenes, or it's just like, oh, it's for a reason for a lot of these folks to just stop fucking with you.
Oh.
But it's just, you gotta be. It's just common sense. It's like, yo, after a while, yeah, you the problem. You're the problem.
The moment we heard that he was messing with Lil Wayne's girl while he was in prison, we already knew, bro.
Yeah, you the problem.
We already knew that
before that. He was a scumbag. I still think him talking. Anyways, I don't know. You know, as a father of a daughter, it's just kind of like, yo, my man's. I need you to back the fuck up. Side note, I just saw this off of Assassin's Creed Twitter. We say no to racism.
There we go.
Because people are jerks.
Absolutely. Because of people, and that too. Like, yo, everyone. Honestly, that discourse is so fucking stupid. Because it's like, at the end of the day, no matter how they want to feel, it's still part of Yasuke was part of history. He's part of history. Right. He's in the history books. It's like you just because you want to choose to ignore it, that's your fucking problem. That just gets ignored. But then, like, a lot of y'all is like getting way out of sorts. You got folks on here talking about their descendants of Yasuke trying to defend this shit. It's like, all right,
stop
it. Can we chill? Like, can we just chill?
Like, I mean, if you are, then that would be kind of cool. But like, still,
the game didn't even fucking drop yet, and y'all going this hard. I'll be sitting here just looking at it and be like, damn, why am I part of this fucking community? Why am I part of this community?
Wait, but before this has never heard of the man's name ever before. Like, and then you want to, stop it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of shit over there. Like, there's a lot of weird niggas over there in Drake's camp. Like, man, like, you still got Baka Not Nice around you, knowing that he allegedly has a lot of sex, has a lot of
Baka got a case. Why is he around?
Yeah, like, got a case. Why is he around for child porn or some shit?
Sorry,
fucking with underage children. That's a little questionable. It's a lot.
Hey,
you got academics over here getting sued for rape. So it's just like, yo, this is
that rape charge came right back up, and they got
it's really like it really goes to look like, it's like, yo, there's a lot of weird shit going on over there on your camp.
Yes, sir.
It's highly weird in general, bro.
I don't know, man.
What did Cat say at the beginning of the year? He said a lot of stuff's gonna come to light this year. He said it.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Well, we knew that from the end of last year. We knew this year was going to be a spilling of the
and also
snake.
A lot of y'all and some of y'all will sit here
type of thing.
Some of y'all will sit here and try to say like how we don't, we can't respect can't respect that shit that Kendrick did because you basically lying on that man's name. It's just like, yo, at the end of the day, it's fucking rap. We don't know. It's like we're not the court. It's not the court of public opinion. Y'all still go up for fucking hit him up when fucking Pac comes out of the star saying
right.
Y'all heard that? Y'all hear that line and go fucking crazy.
Yep.
Clearly knowing that Pac never fucking hit Faith Evans. Never fucked they Faith Evans, but y'all believe, but y'all go and jump to it. So what are we actually talking about? Like, yo, it's rap. It's not only we don't know if it's actually true. We don't know if it's actual truth. It's just rap.
Sir,
if
the darkness is coming to light and all this shit is true, you what does it do? You gonna say Kendrick is a liar the whole time and all this news is coming out?
If it's true, it's true.
I don't believe
the man is holed up in Toronto. His baby mother and his son went to France. They're gone. They're not in the U.S.
And allegedly, because I just don't believe it. Allegedly, there's break-ins in the house. Allegedly, there's like that many.
Yeah.
Come on,
get
out of here. Get out of here, dog.
You got your security guard getting shot and shit. Like, yeah,
right? Like, I can't believe that. I'm sorry.
You got a lot of shit. You got a lot for you to, and the fact that you over here, you even trying to allege that that Kendrick's kids are not his. You for you to be speaking on Whitney is even crazier because it's like your baby mother is a porn star. If your baby mother's a porn star, you can't even you really shouldn't be speaking on anybody's woman. That's where this is where I say like y'all. That's why I say Aubrey's Angels. They got a lot of revisionist history. And I get it. They foaming at the mouth because they upset.
I get that it stands on both sides, but call me crazy. Like the guy that hit a kid once, I can see him doing it again.
Yeah.
I just don't buy it. Like I'm not going to comment on whether he got kids or not. I mean, let's roll that out.
I ain't commenting on that. It's just
Drake got more scumbag shit on record than Kendrick Lamar does. Like whether it be stealing lyrics from other niggas,
which has been proven.
Like it's way more dirt on his name and like reputation.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like to be 100% perfectly honest, a lot of people don't view him as a hip hop artist.
True.
He's a pop artist.
Like in a lot of cases,
he's an R&B rapper.
He's a pop singer. He has a lot more pop hits as far as like in the eyes of like the quote unquote like hip hop heads and stuff. He got a lot of pop hits.
Nope.
To me, it's like there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same token, I can't like because he has so many pop hits. I don't know, like, and just like general, like his persona in general, like. When I was watching the video to like Family Matters, it's like, who are you? Like, I can't buy none of that stuff.
Oh.
Like he is in a bandana talking down to somebody, giving them orders and stuff. Like, who are you? Like, I can't buy that.
Yeah.
Like you the same person that's like singing "Find Your Love" and all that shit. Like, go ahead with all that, man. Like, I can't buy that from him.
Y'all not gonna sit here and tell me that Hotline Bling was a fucking rap song. Y'all not gonna tell me that.
Oh, absolutely.
Y'all not gonna tell me that.
Well,
everybody want to sit here and try to say that Kendrick shit was boring and all that shit. Like y'all not gonna lie. Y'all not gonna sit here and lie like that. Y'all wasn't going up for fucking Humble when Humble dropped. The
same kids.
That was like, shit. Y'all wasn't going up. Y'all wasn't going up for Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. Y'all not gonna tell me that, man. Y'all not gonna lie. Y'all not gonna lie. It's just
saying that. Sorry, go ahead.
I feel like we obviously have a different generation than a lot of the younger kids who comment on this stuff.
Right.
I don't know what it is with these kids. These are the same type of kids that would think Ether would suck because they can't dance to it.
Right.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Maybe I'm old. Yeah. Maybe I don't know anything anymore.
You know what you could dance to though?
Don't understand it.
Checkmate. Get a real good two-step to checkmate.
Yo.
But look, with that being said, let's switch topics. No. We got one more undercard to cover real quick. And it would be fast. We have the King and the Queen of the Ring. We would be remiss to not talk about a little bit of wrestling on this show.
Well, the draft. We got to add the draft in. So
we're covered it. Well, honestly, with the draft, it's very simple to say. No one really went anywhere. There's only been a couple changes. It would have been more important to me. It would have been more impactful if they treated it like a NFL or NBA draft where they were drafting NXT talent to the main rosters. That would be more impactful. I feel like there should be a shift in the WWE draft now, since this is a quote unquote new, well, it is. Since this is a new era, they should come with a new way to draft. Honestly, I think that's just kind of covering majority of it. You know what I mean?
They should have honestly.
Shout out to Bianca
honestly, they
should have being number one draft picks, first round draft picks.
I think if for the draft in general for WWE, it would only help more if they were bringing more folks from NXT up. That's when it would really that's when it really would feel more impactful. It's just like the switch around. It's just like, it's a switch around. And the reason why they're not going to switch around because they're already stuck in their storylines already going forward. So it's just like, it's just a little. It's like a mini shakeup. It's like a mini shakeup. I think those are kinks that they're still trying to work on there. But Sean is still doing his thing. He's trying to really develop and make sure these guys are really ready for the main roster. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, so I get it. It's like, but it really would have felt better if it was like more NXT stars being brought up. And I also think that we should just be done with the draft period. Like just do away with it. Do away with it. It's not.
Well, what about this though? Because I was thinking about this too, and then we got to jump into the King of Ring before we get to the main event. I was also saying that if you are going to switch people, make it like other sports and give it like a trade deadline. So if you do the draft, hypothetically, let's say you do the draft 3 weeks after WrestleMania, then you have till the end of May, or you have till mid-May, or whatever the case may be for the trade deadlines, or until the next pay-per-view. You know what I mean? And then that's when all the shifts change, and then and once again it gives the WWE a different feel. Mm-hmm. Give the WWE, I believe, more range to play with. But let's talk about this King of the Ring tournament. We're in the middle of week 2 right now, or week 3, something like that. So we're just gonna cover the winners. I'll just run through it real fast. So the first round matches was Gunther versus Sheamus. Gunther won via submission. Kofi Kingston pinned Rey Mysterio in a live show. Those two faced off. Ilya Dragunov beat Ricochet with a pin, and Jey Uso coming in after Drew McIntyre being hurt pinned Finn Balor. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton, where Randy Orton pinned AJ Styles. Baron Corbin versus Carmelo Hayes, since Bobby Lashley was injured. There's a ton of injuries right now in the WWE. But Carmelo Hayes did beat Baron Corbin with the pin. Those two are facing off. This Friday. And then you have LA Knight versus Santos Escobar, where LA Knight won. And then Angelo Dawkins versus Tama Tonga. Somebody else was hurt. I think that was the match that Bobby was supposed to be in.
Yes,
so then maybe Baron Corbin wasn't the replacement. It was the match that Bobby was supposed to be a part of.
Baron Corbin's match was straight. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tama did win by a bunch of interference and other things going on. LA Knight and Tama have a match this week. This past Monday, Gunther defeated Kofi Kingston by submission, and Jey Uso beat Ilya Dragunov by pin. So Gunther and Jey Uso face each other next Monday night. And we have the other two. When it comes to the Queen of the Ring, Shayna Baszler defeated Maxine Dupree, to which Maxine was a replacement for Zelina Vega, the first Queen of the Ring. Side note, Kofi was a replacement for
Xavier.
Mm-hmm. But Shayna beat Maxine by submission. Io Sky defeated Natalya by pin. Dakota Kai and Lyra Valkyria faced off, where Lyra won and Dakota was filling in for Asuka, I believe.
Yep.
And then Ivy Nile versus Zoe Stark, where Zoe Stark beat Ivy Nile. This past Monday, Io Sky beat Shayna Baszler with a pin in an amazing match, probably the best match of Raw. or at least one of the best matches of Raw this past Monday. And Lyra Valkyria defeated Zoe Stark in, once again, a great match via pin. So Io Sky versus Lyra Valkyria, which is going to be one fun match next week on Raw. And on the SmackDown side, you had Naomi versus Nia Jax, the cousins, where Nia defeated Naomi. Jade Cargill, one half of the tag team champions, beat Piper Nevins in one great match. Jade is really coming into her own in the WWE and is really starting to show everybody what she's able to do. And then Michin versus Tiffany Stratton, where Tiffany Stratton beat Michin, but Michin is down in NXT, and her match hasn't happened yet, but she is fighting to have a position to be the first NXT Women's North American champion, which I'm actually really excited about. We finally have like a mid-card women's championship, to which we can also cover that next show, and just the importance of how everything is. And then Bianca Belair, the other half of the tag team champions, defeated Candice LeRae with a pin. Now, before we get into just super quick thoughts, we got to talk about this. So, Tiffany Stratton was on social media and shared a video of her hitting Naomi.
Jade.
Oh, no, it was Jade. You're right. And underneath it said, "Black bitch." So, I do believe that they are no longer advertising the Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca Belair match. So
they put it
we
back.
just have to.
They put it back. Yeah, they
sure?
advertised. Yeah, they did. It's back. It's back on. They advertise it again. They are.
Okay.
They did advertise it again.
Because listen, I mean, as it's fair, a lot of people are very upset about this.
It's very toned up.
We don't. Once again, we don't have to come in, go deep into this, because we do have to cover the rest of the show, the rest of the King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring. But I think we are all in unison when we say, simply put, bad move.
Do better.
Even if it wasn't meant to be anything more than anything, people are going to take shit like that the wrong way. Because if it was vice versa, who knows? You know what I mean? So just listen. If she ever listens to this, be careful. You are a public figure. You've spoken about being a public figure, especially in the wrestling community, the wrestling industry. We see what happens with other people. We don't have to say any names, but just got to be careful. But outside of that, gentlemen, King and Queen of the Ring. Let's say we got 7 minutes, less than 7 minutes to talk about it. What do you think so far?
I'll be very quick.
And who do you think is gonna take it?
I'll be quick with all of this. The King of the Ring, it's fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie, it has been fun matches. There's been fun matches from the King and the Queen of the Ring. I do believe that I still feel Gunther should take everything, should take the whole thing. It should be his moment to have. He should take that crown. It's for him. I don't really. While I think it's a good matchup, I guess, with him as Gunther versus Jey Uso. I get Jey. We're still trying to establish Jey Uso as a main event player. Main event Jey Uso. It's. I guess it's the charisma's there. The charisma's there, but it's just like I really just think. But Jey just gotta still he gotta lock in. He gotta tap in. You're going against one of the best. You literally are going against one of the best in the world. I do feel like this just feels like this is something for Gunther to win. Just feels like it's Gunther's no matter what. I still take Gunther's going to win everything. I don't think that they're going to go the route with Jey versus Tama. I really don't think they're going to go down that line. At least it doesn't need to. It doesn't need to, at least. Queen's Crown. The Queen's Crown, Queen of the Ring, I really would give it, I'd still say it's going to go to Io. I really thought it was going to be Shayna Baszler. She was the one I had as the favorite to win the whole thing. And now that she's out, I give it to Io. Io Sky. Io Sky should be the one to win. Jade and Bianca, while it would be fun to see those two face each other along the way, I really do still believe, I don't think that either one, it'll be good. I think one of them would just end up being in the finals.
Right.
But I really do still, I feel like it's just going to be, it'll be Io. Tiffany, so it's like, you already know Bianca's going to go over Tiffany Stratton. Obviously her push is going to be on a pause for a little bit, and that's fine. That tone deaf shit. She was tone deaf. Do better. And that's all I got for the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring. My picks is Gunther and Io to win the crown. Like, let them take it.
Got you. Anyway,
simple. Yeah, Gunther. And honestly, I think the finals will be Io versus Jade personally, but I think there's a big possibility it could go either way. Me personally.
Stretch.
As I look at the bracket, I got my eyes on two people for the men.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that the best match that they could make, better or worse, Gunther's going to the final. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Gunther 100% is going to win the men's bracket on Raw. Give me Gunther versus Randy Orton.
I was about to say
Gunther versus Randy Orton. I don't think it could get any bigger than that, as far as like the brackets are concerned. Like, because you look at it this way, like I think that it's gonna be in that semifinal match on SmackDown. I think it's gonna be Randy Orton versus Tama Tonga. I don't think that they're gonna pass up the opportunity to continue that storyline. They have a little thing with LA Knight, but I just don't see Tama Tonga losing that quickly. And from what we always speculate, there are more Samoans on the way, more Bloodline members on the way. So he could probably afford to lose, maybe, But Gunther versus Randy Orton, I think, is going to be the match of the tournament. I think that's going to be the finals. For the women, I think the women are a little bit more difficult to predict.
Interesting.
Because there's a lot of different routes that they can go. Because you have the women's tag team champions who could face off against each other in the semifinals match.
Yep.
Or I can see one of them advancing and the other not advancing for whatever reason. Of the two, I think just because of the momentum and wanting to protect the wrestler in this case, I think Jade is the more likely to advance of the two of them.
Yeah.
But again, like we mentioned at the top of the topic, the whole thing with Tiffany Stratton, I don't know if they want to go that route.
Right.
Kick over Black. I don't think that's smart.
Right.
Consider it's just bad optics at this point, right? Whether it's a mistake or not, I don't know. I haven't even really read about the situation. I heard about it, but it's like she posted it and then took it down really quickly. She probably realized how, and this is just me, I guess, like giving her the benefit of the doubt. Realized how poor taste it was and then took it down, how stupid it is to post something like that, which it is incredibly fucking stupid. I hope she's publicly apologized at the very least. That would be good.
incredibly blonde.
With that said, accountability, I would be asking for too much, but I can see. They've done the whole damage control versus like Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill thing.
Big three.
I could see Lyra Valkyria. I could see it easily being a face versus face Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
I could see Lyra Valkyria actually advancing to the finals. Because it seems like they want to make her a big deal. And her queen would be, that would be a pretty big stamp. I see this as being much more of a bigger thing for the women than I do the men.
Yeah, I agree.
I think for Gunther, I think Gunther's going to win, by the way. Let me just get that out of the way. I think for him, this is just like, okay, you had the legendary IC title reign. Let's give you another, accolade to keep your name pretty relevant. You know, like not that his
Right.
name isn't relevant or anything like that, but this shaped up to be a pretty big tournament. You look at the names that's in it, right?
Right.
But this is something that's
for
like,
sure.
okay, let's put the Gunther flag on top. This is something that we're like, you know, if he does happen to challenge for, you know, a world championship, like we can put him.
He will.
We can put him on the pay. He will eventually. I know that. I think
Bash at Berlin is later on in the year.
the match
So
against him and Cody is like screaming for.
That needs to. Yeah, but me
he's
personally,
gonna face Priest.
they need to do him. Oh, I was gonna say they needs to do him Ilya at
Bash at Berlin.
In Berlin.
No,
yeah.
WrestleMania.
I mean, well, all that stuff aside, right? Like we're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
But this is right now a vehicle for Gunther. Like, you know, okay, you win this tournament, you're king of the ring. This is yet another guy like in the history of the King of the Rings. I believe there have been more hits in King of the Ring than there have been misses. I think a lot of people just like to amplify the misses, you know. But as far as Queen of the Ring, I can easily see one of three people. You know, I'm gonna hang my hat on of the three people I'm thinking about. I'm gonna hang my hat on Bianca Belair, but I can easily see it being Jade, Bianca, or Lyra Valkyria. I think it's going to be a pick on that side. So, but I'm going with Bianca if I had to pick one person.
Okay.
Fair.
As I agree, the matches have been a lot of fun to watch this year. Gunther, I feel, is obvious, especially with Drew being hurt. Because I think that was the main argument, right? Drew or Gunther. The only thing is that they were both on Raw. Surprisingly,
so you would have had to have Gunther face both of them. You would have had him face Sheamus and Drew at that point.
Yeah. But I also believe that I'm gonna throw you a curveball. Don't be shocked if Tom is in the finals, man. He is a big name. He has an amazing career before him and will continue to have an amazing career. You have God in the WWE right now, which I'm super excited about. I think the world is kind of at their feet right now. Even with the fans chanting, "We want Roman." This, what do they say? I'm gonna mess up this quote, but separation makes the heart grow fonder. So I think the longer that
absence.
Yeah. I know I said it wrong. But I do believe that you know this could be a very big deal for them. I also think that it could be very possible that they can get God those tag titles sooner than later. But once again, that's another story for another time. For the women, it could be any three that Stretch mentioned or that y'all mentioned, or Io. Honestly, it could be any of them, and I think any of them would be super viable. I will say that I think if Jade takes a loss, I do not think it will deter her momentum depending on how the match goes. And because how many times have we watched the match where the person loses but yet still has momentum behind them? So I'll look at Jey Uso. You know what I mean? So I do definitely think it could be any of them.
Not Jay. Ilya, you meant?
No, I meant Jay. I know what I said. I meant.
Yeah, that works.
When he lost at the pay-per-view, but he still has the momentum. That's the kind of thing that Jade would have, especially if she puts on a great match. So I think that's with that one. But yeah, man, I'm really excited. And on top of that, the pay-per-view itself looks stacked. So I'm just really excited to see what comes next. With that being said, let's jump to the main event. Ladies and gentlemen, there has been something going down in the last, 10 weeks, right? Something like that.
10 weeks.
So we are all 90s babies. Well, 80s, 90s babies. We have grown up with Fox Kids, and one of the greatest, one cartoon deemed one of the greatest cartoons of all time. They have released the continuation that isn't in comic book form. which is X-Men 97. Off air, we have been talking about this in the chat. Just being super excited about everything going on with it. Man, 10 seasons of some amazing 10 episodes, excuse me, of some amazing, astounding writing. Guys, outside of Magneto being right, let's talk about our reactions first. What are some things that surprised you? What are some things that you're happy that they put in the cartoon? And also, I'll just say this before we get into your guys' opinions. I will say that I feel that it was really cool that they pushed the envelope with 97. They were able to explore a little more because of the streaming platform, because it wasn't, deemed like it's for kids, but it's not really for kids. So they were able to push the envelope a little more. Gentlemen, how do you feel? Once again, just reactions, not predictions yet. Just reactions on the first season of X-Men 97.
First off, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't watched it.
Yes, spoiler alert.
We're reacting to the whole season, not just episode 1. We're reacting to the whole season, which today.
With that being said,
right.
You have 5, 4, 1. Spoiler time.
Magneto was right. Magneto was right.
And why was he right, sir?
He was always right. Magneto's been right since the inception of X-Men. He's always been right. It's no matter the real, everybody looks at from what we see from X-Men 97 from this amazing season, the true villain was never Magneto. The true villain is not even Bastion. The villain is fucking Charles Xavier. It's always been Charles Xavier. It's always been Charles Xavier. It's been from jump. We had this. If you guys can go, if y'all wanted to go back to season 1, we had a whole mini thing where we had said Charles Xavier is probably one of the worst father figures in comic book history because he has his way. Yes, the whole concept of this show it focuses on on bigotry, it focuses on racism, and oppression of mutants, but every single time this Charles Xavier tries to mask this, trying to say we're trying to find a way of peace and harmony, trying to have peace and harmony for it to work together. When clearly, in this time, in this world, the humans, they never want to be unified. They don't want to be in unison with mutants at all. Never did, never will be. Magneto has always been trying to show him this since they were kids, not even since they were kids, since they met each other while they were dealing with the Holocaust. He's always been trying to show this to him, and Charles just never wanted to listen. Charles gaslights every situation. Every time he gaslights a situation, he always deflects, tries to find a way, and always, instead of thinking he's making it better, he makes it worse.
He's a narcissist.
Everything that Charles did was literally, he made it worse. All right. He made it. Everybody, we all thought that Charles died. All right, cool. Charles is dead. Magneto's running the X-Men because it was in his will. Cool. Magneto decided to go Charles's route. Went his route. Said, you know what? I'm not going to go. I'm not going to be extreme. I'm not going to go and try to go to war with the human race. I'm going to try to work with them because, this might be the way. This is what, just in memory of my best friend. Where was Charles all this time? On a whole other planet, getting some intergalactic cooch. That's a fucking shame. So the whole time, he's just over here living his life. He's walking. Man is walking on bionic legs and just having a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he wasn't really having. He was going through his struggles too. Let's be fair.
Getting bird coochie.
No, he was over there on that other planet trying to insert the bullshit that he was doing on Earth, trying to insert it over there. You see, you can't.
True. Very true. No, you're right.
Can never hide. He can never hide his stripes. He can't hide. Can never hide his stripes. You already know what it is. But then
He's a narcissist. We know this.
To be fair,
No.
the Shi'ar were asking. No, here we are. To be fair, the Shi'ar were asking for a lot.
They were. They definitely was. That's true.
They were asking for a lot. And also, I can see both sides to where it's like, okay, they took him to this planet to heal him initially, right? He was on the verge of death, and they wanted him to live, so he had to go to the Shi'ar planet, which I don't necessarily get the whole premise of him having to stay, but that's just me. I think the world that they live in kind of knows extraterrestrials exist. So it's like, okay, he had to go to this world to get healed. He's not here. But I can also see why that type of sensitive information would embolden people to attack mutants more, right? I get it. It's transgression on both sides. And I agree with you wholeheartedly that he's not the most honest individual. Like a lot of people who think Xavier is cool don't necessarily know that omission is a form of lying as well.
Yeah,
right.
The entire truth about things.
Exactly.
But I'll say this, he was cooking with the whole Shi'ar thing, so he had like a vision of death. He was cooking. They was about to sway.
Absolutely.
Like they was.
He was
about to
and he
sway.
goes to show he was this close. He was this close to just saying, you know what? All right, I'm just gonna live my life here. I'm gonna forget about my whole life on Earth. And because you had a vision that you had that vision and you saw that Gambit got killed. That's not when you just Gambit. That's not just Remy. You saw so many, and you saw not even that. You got to see that you actually got to see, you only caught a glimpse of the massacre of Genosha. You caught a glimpse, a small, tiny glimpse. Then you want to try to be the great white hope, and you want to show and just say like, "Oh, I gotta come back. My X-Men to me." What? No, don't come to them. They're literally doing this whole thing. They are suffering right now, and now you want to come and be like,
the only called Storm, Beast,
all the smart ones.
He called the college educated ones, the ones that Harvard,
all the smart ones.
Right. The other ones be damned.
Aurora went and temporarily lost her. She got shot and temporarily lost her powers. You
came back with a fucking vengeance.
We had to sit here and find out that Scott, this whole fucking time was fucking a clone. He wasn't over here with his wife. So his fucking clone wife had a whole fucking baby on him. So now Jean is over. So now there's a little bit of friction with him and Jean over there. Fucking Wolverine is just sitting here chilling. It's just like, man, I'm just here. Fucking Beast is over here trying to still keep everybody together, and Magneto is still sitting here trying to sit here and show mercy because the whole time when Aurora got shot, Magneto went, brought the United Nations to the sky and warned them and tell them, I made them, just gave them a paraphrase or just give them a reminder. I can literally turn the other cheek and I can wipe y'all out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take me being a bigger person. He said it. Don't take me being a bigger person as weakness. Do not take my kindness for weakness.
Right.
In the massacre of Genosha.
Let's not. Right. And let's not forget, you had Jubilee over here gallivanting with her new boo. All right. Even though she did show out on that last episode, she was showing out the whole season.
She finally matured. Yeah,
she finally matured. That's really what it was. Because from the start, motherfuckers wasn't feeling Jubilee. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing over here? You just
nobody wanted those powers.
Throwing fucking Coney Island fireworks. Nobody
wanted those powers as a kid.
Let's give her due. Roberto is actually her this season.
Oh yeah,
she was recruited to the X-Men. It's the same story arc. Absolutely. It is the same story arc.
It's true.
You have to figure out that hey, my parents rejected me. I was a reject. I got accepted into the school, and I'm trying to find my way, trying to find my powers.
But Roberto wasn't.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but Roberto wasn't rejected. Roberto just hit it. Roberto was living a great fucking life. He was rich. I think y'all people gotta understand this. Roberto's an heir. He's a trust fund kid. He's good. He just hid that.
No,
He
but
just hid that he
when I
was a
say
mutant.
rejected in the sense that his parents already knew, and they're like, "Oh, we knew you had powers," but he knew in the back of his mind, "I can't be this way. My parents do not fuck with mutants. They do not. It's going to ruin their image." So it was basically a rejection of who you are. You understand what I mean?
Of stature, right? It's definitely more of a class situation, right? You're rich. They don't want the hate. They don't want the feedback.
But then even to add on back to like my point with Magneto, to show like why Magneto was right. This man literally, this is someone that just literally went through the Holocaust. He's a Holocaust survivor. Okay.
Yeah.
And they showed it in the recent episode too.
And
they
showed, and for him to go through a genocide twice is over. Not only did you go through a genocide, you went through the genocide, of Jewish people, but now you're going through the genocide of mutants. To see that massacre of Genosha and see how it went from all great paradise to complete, it just went left.
And this time, and the crazy part is that this time he was able to. He was actually able to fight back, and he still wasn't able to.
And it still wasn't enough. Magneto's a whole Omega level mutant, and it still wasn't enough. And he had to sit here and say, like, for him to sit here and look that poor mutant child in the eyes and say, like, trying to tell him like everything is gonna be all right. So, and then before this child got vaporized, that puts
it
you
wasn't Leech, right?
It was Leech.
It was Leech. Okay,
it was Leech.
Yeah. Putting him in a whole different mindset, and it's like exactly as Stryker's title says. Sometimes you just gotta pop out and show niggas, and that's literally what. And that's and that is when Magneto turned around and was like, "Yeah, nah, I got it. Enough is enough. Enough is enough." And then he went and caused the whole EMP on the whole entire world, as he should,
worldwide EMP,
as he should have, because he had to show the human race, like, yo, if I really wanted to, I can wipe you all out. I can wipe y'all out, y'all, because it's clearly goes to show. It goes to show, no matter what.
Along the way, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, no, they confirmed it. He did.
For sure.
He killed He killed a bunch of people just off the EMP alone.
This world would plummet if we lost electricity, like right now.
There's a movie on Netflix that I would say that I would advise all of you to watch, or it's called Leave the World Behind.
Right, that movie is
it's a trash ending. It's a horrible. It's a shitty ass ending. But the whole point of it shows you it literally shows you what would happen if we lost any type of all this internet service. If we lost this, we're fucking done. We're done.
Yeah,
and that's what internet, electricity, all that.
And that's what Magneto was showing y'all. Like the fact that he wiped out the whole entire. Just cut everything off, like EMP. Just cut everything off.
But he fucked with the gravity too.
And he was about to bring an he was about to bring a fucking asteroid. They literally had a whole. The president of the United States literally had a Project M Magneto protocol. Literally had specifically for Magneto, thinking that this is what we're gonna do if Magneto ever tries to say fuck it, go to war with us. And that didn't even fucking work. That didn't work. That Magneto protocol, and just,
red, white, and blue,
and that just goes to show shows you as us.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that shows the message right there for us as the human race. We are literally so fucking ignorant that we think that we could we're resilient, but we're so fucking ignorant to think that we could take down something that's clearly stronger than us. And that's the thing. That's what it showed with X-Men 97. X-Men 97 is the mutants are clearly superior to us in forms of power and everything. And we as a human race, we just have resiliency. We're gonna be resilient. We're gonna keep on trying to show we're never gonna back down from this. When sometimes we need to back down and just shut the fuck up. We need to just back down, leave them alone.
Exactly.
That's all they want to do. They just want to be left alone and be here in peace. But here goes Charles coming in here. I mean, and literally, he's trying to speak that bullshit, trying to speak that shit over to Magneto, and Magneto had to say, he's Matt, Charles, there's two things I wanted to fucking say to you this whole time. Shut up. That's all, and that's all Charles had to do. Just shut up.
Hilarious.
You hate being a mutant. You hate being a mutant, so you think that you want to go this peaceful route, but it's no, you're the one that hates being a mutant. You hate being who you are, and you think that you're helping them, but in truth, you're just actually you're always making it worse. That's why with him and Scott. That's why with him and Scott, they had a little bit of beef for a little while.
Right.
It's just like, you like Professor, you want to think that you could come back and think that you could just make everything better and make it and everything's just gonna work? No, fuck you. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like, no, we don't need you here. We're gonna figure it out now.
And I had mentioned this in the chat. So if you follow comics in the Ultimate series that started in 2021. I'm sorry, that started in 2001. There was a Ultimate X-Men. So that whole premise of that universe, the Ultimate Universe, was meant to be a modern, at the time, a modern version of the Marvel Universe. So in that comic, I believe it was Ultimatum, in the miniseries Ultimate, that did span the Ultimate Comics line. Magneto, instead of shooting an EMP field, he shifted the axis of the Earth, and it wasn't by much, and it literally destroyed a shitload of the world. New York had a massive tidal wave or massive tsunami that came through. Like, it wasn't a lot of people died. It was crazy. But that's what this reminded me of. I feel like that's really the inspiration where they took it from. But also, I want to jump into something else. Since we're talking about reactions, I want to jump into some of the cameos. I have a few pictures in front of me right now, and I'm just going to mention that I know got all of us excited. And I do also want to mention that they did that Marvel animation so well that it's actually the 90s versions, the 19 cartoon versions of these characters which is such an amazing Easter egg.
I mean, we got to see
Silver. No, I got right here. I'm gonna name some off. We got Silver Samurai, which is insane. We got Omega Red, which was insane. Not only did we get Omega Red,
that's my guy. That's my guy.
We got Alpha Flight.
The serial killer would be the guy, Troy.
Right. And we got Alpha Flight, and with Alpha Flight, we actually got to see Psylocke, which is pretty cool. With Rogue, when she was on the boat, when everything was going on, we saw silhouettes of Scarlet Witch, we saw silhouettes of Quicksilver, and we saw a silhouette of
Magneto fucking kids, y'all. The kids that he doesn't fucking. That he doesn't.
No, I think they fully showed Polaris.
Just so you know, they did. But just so you know. But that's another story for another day. I'll tell you later.
The kids that he doesn't fucking claim, y'all, but it's rightfully so.
Well, I mean, the high evolution. Anyways, we saw Doctor Strange, which was dope, in the middle of surgery. We see Captain America and Iron Man, and to be specific, once again, we saw them in their 90s form. So if you watch the Iron Man cartoon growing up, or if you
my favorite,
watch Force Works, that was Iron Man. So that was that Iron Man. We saw Black Panther, but a lot of people don't realize that was T'Chaka, not T'Challa, which was a pretty cool indication also. We got to see Cloak and Daredevil. We got to see the Fantastic Four, which once again in their 90s cartoon version. We got to see Spider-Man, but not only did we get to see Spider-Man, in the very last episode, we got to see Peter Parker with Mary Jane. So if you was a fan of the Spider-Man cartoon growing up, which as we all know, this is my guy, wearing his shirt, not on purpose. I just needed to put on a shirt today. But there is a small closure with the Spider-Man fans of that cartoon, because at the end of it, the ultimate cliffhanger where Madam Web told Peter after having the Spider Secret Wars, that she found Mary Jane. So seeing them as regular people in their 90s, once again in their Spider animated series cartoon clothing. Let us know that Peter was able to find the real map.
Yep.
For giving us that closure. Also, we got to talk about this. At the very end of the episode,
the original,
we got to see a couple people. We know a couple people went to the future, a couple people went to the past. But in that past, we got to see the man, the person that is the very first mutant ever in Marvel. Well, not ever, but at least they dub him the first mutant. Well, they dub a couple people, but
he's the first mutant and chronologically.
The original
one. In Sabanur, the original.
Yep.
The original.
And then in the future, we got to see Mother Aksani. To which, if you know your history, that is right. Big deal right there.
Yeah. That's who? Rachel Summers?
Rachel Summers, yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Rachel Summers.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
It's another Summers, yes.
So Cable is younger than Rachel?
Dude, time travel. Let's not.
Yeah, that's
because they showed Kid Nathan, so that's why I was asking.
Trust me when I tell you, time travel. We can't get into that. Yeah,
I mean, but bro, you talking about time travel? We didn't even get on. We didn't even get on who the dome is actually owned by. That Beast had seen. We didn't even talk about that yet.
Say it.
It's Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah. That's Kang.
That's Rama Tut.
Is it Kang?
Yeah.
Yes, it's Rama Tut.
Rama Tut, yeah.
Yes.
But the bottom line, again, we go back. I know everybody was looking forward to thinking that this last episode was going to show Onslaught. It's not. I don't think that season 2 they're going to go the Onslaught route. They are. I'm glad that they not. Listen, I think Onslaught will be probably at the season 2 finale. I believe it's going to be. Onslaught is really going to show up for season 3. I think that we're really just getting exactly as you said before, K Marvel. I think it's going into the rise of Apocalypse. It's going into the rise of the Apocalypse era, I think
Apocalypse,
Age of Apocalypse, and I think that's perfect. We do need to go to that route. Like again, the original one. That's I said this to a friend Mark from before. When they go with once Apocalypse shows up, that's it. We don't care about nothing else. It's the original one. We go with him. That's it.
And
that's it. Once he away and said his name was in Sabanur, I said, "Oh, good. We're going back to the beginning, and that's what it needs to go. We go back to the beginning. You go back to the original, the first one, and it's going to be.
We have seen Apocalypse. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say we have seen Apocalypse in the original X-Men cartoon. So let's not.
Nope.
The thing is that once again, this is 2 decades of stuff that we haven't seen in a while, and so these reveals are not meant to say that they're meant to get us excited for the next season. So with that being said, gentlemen, predictions for season 2 as US was already leading into. So go ahead, brother, finish your statement.
You already you saw in the very end of the show, the mid-credit scene, was Apocalypse ended up in Genosha. He ended up in Genosha.
That too. Yep.
Present day Genosha.
Right. Well, whatever was left of Genosha, I guess. Whatever's left of Genosha. He picked up, he was in the ruins, and he looked, and you saw him picked up the card. You also saw him pick up the card, so you already know it was one of Gambit's cards, whatever was left of it. So you already know that what's next is Apocalypse is going to come in, and he's going to bring it. You already know that's already a prediction that Gambit is definitely coming back, but he's coming back as one of his 4 horsemen. Apocalypse being in Genosha is big because again, the first mutant to see that his children, because everybody, they're all descendants of him. They're all descendants of the original one. So to see him end up in there, it's supposed to be a kingdom. It's supposed to be a kingdom. There's supposed to be the kingdom of mutants. There's supposed to be a paradise. And you say like, oh, so this is what humanity did to my children. If you saw that Magneto was going to, you thought it was bad when Magneto was going to do that shit. Y'all don't know what's about to happen with this man.
Oh my God.
Season two. I feel that my prediction is season 2 is going to be a bloodbath.
Yep.
For those who are still here, whoever had saw Game of Thrones, when y'all didn't see the last season, if y'all didn't see when Daenerys went and burned King's Landing, this is what I feel like that's what season 2 is about to be. It's about to be. If y'all thought it was bad, y'all didn't see nothing yet. Y'all thought that one episode was a bloodbath. Yep. Then you ain't seen nothing yet, because now it's like now y'all really, because now it's humanity has to feel the consequences for real. You got to feel it. This is what happens when you should have just left the mutants alone. This is what happened. Left them alone. Yep. It just made them be in harmony. Could have tried to work something out. Diplomacy. Yep. I just still wanted to go and still say this is all Charles Xavier's fault.
Yep.
This is all Charles. It's Charles's fault. It's all his fault. All of his fault. Everything that has happened is his fault.
Right.
And funny enough, the ramifications of it being Charles's fault is just going to get even worse, because we are most definitely getting a mind break by Charles by the end of season 2, and season 3 we are going to see Onslaught. And I've been dying to see Onslaught in animated form for a very fucking long time.
Like Charles is such a piece of shit. The fact that you were really going to you were really getting ready. You were about to lobotomize your best friend instead of trying to see his perspective just a little bit. You were literally going to go and just be like, yo, let me just lobotomize him to stop everything. Like, that's where you was going to jump to. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all can't say. I was gonna say y'all can't sit here and make and believe that Charles Xavier is this self-righteous individual. He's not. He's really not. He's a fraud. He's a fraud.
It's not that he's a fraud. I just think he truly does believe what he's saying.
You can live in delusion. You can live in delusion all you want. You can say what you want. You can believe your delusion all you want.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking about you. No, but I'm just saying in general. Even with Charles, like you can sit and smell your own shit and think it's roses, however long you want to. The real thing is, people died on both sides. You just seen Magneto,
and this is when people would say, oh, you sound like you're saying
it's not.
Shut up. People die.
My whole thing is you seen both sides with casualties, and Magneto was fed up. Magneto's tired. I'm tired of trying Charles's way, right. And that's exactly what happened.
Exactly.
But what the kicker is, and this was going to lead into my other prediction, which we happen to flow into. You've seen the first casualty of the war, and that is Wolverine. Wait. Wolverine getting that adamantium ripped out of him. And Magneto kind of said, I'm going to take this impurity out of you, and we're going to take this adamantium. Do you know what beast you just unleashed into the world when Wolverine wakes back up? You are getting Bone Claws Wolverine with the mind deterioration, and he is going to raise hell.
Well, at the same
right. Ferro. As long as they keep his nose, you have his nose.
In Magneto's defense, I'm sorry. In Magneto's defense, because clearly I have to be Magneto's attorney in this. In Magneto's defense, Wolverine did try to kill him. Wolverine attacked him,
but nobody said he was wrong.
Like, I just want to make that clear, like for the fans, like to me, because a lot of people was like upset that Magneto shouldn't have did that. It was too extreme. It was like no. In Magneto's defense, Wolverine did try to kill him, and enough. And also let this be a lesson to, like, I would say, for all the future writers. Stop having Wolverine go after Magneto. It's not. It never works. It just doesn't work. Leave that. Those two. It's the,
Well,
no.
now
It's like leave
well,
that man.
now.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
technically, he
Wolverine-
can still control the
Wolverine-
iron
Wolverine-
in his body.
Wolverine
It shouldn't be adamantium.
Wolverine had to learn that
adamantium.
lesson. He had to learn that lesson the hard way. It's
I
like,
was
well,
telling, like I was telling y'all in the group chat not too long ago, Magneto is so powerful. He probably could, like, if you have too much iron in your blood, he can use that.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Like him just like that's what I'm saying. It's like him just ripping out adamantium. It's like, okay, yeah, he ripped out adamantium. He could still kill you if he really wanted to. Like y'all need to leave this man alone. There's a reason why he is there as Omega level. He is an Omega level mutant.
Magneto has literally by actually taking the iron outside of your bloodstream, bringing it through your pores, and killing you like that.
He can kill you like this. Like there's literally only a few mutants in this sphere. There's only a few mutants that can literally actually talk big shit to Magneto and be like,
Storm.
Be like,
It's
okay.
definitely one of them.
Get out my head. Get out of my head.
Storm is
one of them.
Side note.
Storm is an Omega level mutant by default because she's literally she's a walking natural disaster. You can't stop. You can't stop a natural. You cannot stop natural disasters.
Side note too, if you guys when you get a chance, read about, if you go to like Comic Storians, shout out to them, or Comics.
That's where I got it. Comics Explains where I just got it. That's why I mentioned her.
Read the recent stuff with the Fall of X. Read what she did for Magneto to bring him back to life. After, bro, insane. But Stretch, we need your opinions or your predictions.
The one thing I just enjoyed, first off, before I even get into that, I just enjoyed like the continuity and the throwbacks to the Marvel series. Like I freaked when I saw Mary Jane personally. I was like, oh my God, that is huge. But I think like just going into the second season, number one, you're gonna get all the Horsemen. Like Gambit is coming back and he's going to be Death. That's why they showed him in particular with the skeleton. Like, oh my God, my children, and it's a picture of him dead rather than anybody else. And the first card that that Apocalypse picked up was a Queen of Hearts, same card they left behind. So I told you guys from the jump, we're probably getting the Horsemen. Apocalypse is going to show up in some way, shape, or form at the end of this, right? I also think Mr. Sinister is not going to go away. You know, I thought it was like one of the most satisfying things to have his DNA stripped of him, like for what he has done to people.
Thank you for mentioning that. That part was funny.
He has done to people over the centuries, and for him to like run away in fear, like. It was so good. Like the comeuppance of the villain is so good.
Show me my face.
Right. Then he goes to
Morph really went and showed him his face. It's like,
one of the people that he traumatized the most
is Morph. Yep.
And for Morph to get in that like that joking blows, like he still looked the same to me, and he's like transformed like into the like old ghoul of what Sinister became. It was like I was so good. I felt so happy seeing that. And the fact that the Morph was the one who got the needle, and I liked that a lot. But, you know, I think obviously we're going to get the Age of Apocalypse storyline. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Strife in some way, shape, or form, which is like an alternate reality Cable. We probably will get Strife. We'll probably get X-Men, which is Nathan if he had not had the techno-organic virus. But we're probably going to get like this huge meeting of all the alternate Nathans and stuff like that. And, you know, I would like to see, I mean, as far as like the cameos and stuff, I would like to see more cosmic stuff. You know, like if they had like Miss Marvel or something like that. If they did like the continuation of what happened with Rogue and Miss Marvel, or like, because you remember the end of the old series, like they tied in Miss Marvel and stuff like that. Yeah. And she was like in a coma, but she smiled after Rogue left. So, you know, she's awakening.
She's supposed to be binary. That's what she turns into.
Binary. I hope we get that cameo. That would be really cool because it ties it back into the original series.
But binary's not good. So that's going to be a problem.
I think that, you know, also Mystique's got to show up somewhere.
Right. Again,
you know, a lot of people are like saying the rumor that this is Val Cooper or whatever. You know, I'm not entirely sure, but I think Mystique is going to show up somewhere to wreak some havoc. So next season,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I hope it comes sooner rather than later. I really do.
Yeah.
But this season But I think that season 2 is
Oh.
definitely going to do more world building. And when I say world building, the
Yeah.
cameos are definitely going to be popping in a lot more. If we don't
So
get
I'll say that.
let me just finish.
Sorry.
If we don't get
No,
we're going to get Apocalypse definitely season 3. But if we don't get Avengers versus X-Men by season 5, I'm going to be upset. Because I feel if they're not leading into it in the animated series, I think once they do Secret Wars, I think coming out of that should probably be one of the first things.
Yeah.
Because one,
real quick,
you want to establish.
Sorry, real quick.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Jordan. If you go back a little earlier in the show, we did our predictions. Check it out. We got you covered, bro. Or stay on the socials. Maybe you'll see it on that.
I feel leading into live action, it would be great because you're already having the X-Men movie, which is dealing with them as youths. And if this is before, I think it's before Secret Wars. I don't know if it's after or in between, one of the two.
It's after.
But
I think it's after, but we're
not after both parts. I think it's after part 1.
It's after part 1, yeah.
Right. So I think after Secret Wars happens, I think that's the first thing they should do, because you're going to establish a new you're going to establish a new Avengers, and then you'll have the X-Men team that's fully flourished. Yeah. And that will be the problem. Oh, mutants are popping up everywhere. It's becoming a problem for, humanity and such. Avengers pop in, and the Avengers aren't just, regular humans, but you're going to have them pop in and want to, try and do something with the X-Men problem. And I think that's where you have your big next crossover after Avengers 6. So I think if they don't lead into it, it will be a big disappointment for me. But if they end the animated series leading into that MCU canon, I think that'll be perfect.
So
because we're seeing
this.
it.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say. There's a couple things I was really happy about. Morph transforming into so many different characters, just to have those cameos in the show was an amazing idea. Him turning into the Hulk was classic. I think Quicksilver might have been one of them. Psylocke was definitely one of them. So them utilizing Morph way more than they ever did in the original run of the show. I do believe that the showrunner did just come out and kind of admit that Morph had feelings for. You can kind of see that in the show. Also, like I said, I mentioned all the cameos. Of course, Spider-Man was a highlight for me. But I think another really big highlight for me, another 2 highlights, was number 1, the callback to the movies, talking about what do you expect, Black Leather. Amazing callback. But fiery bird. It wasn't even fiery. It was water. And then she came out with fire. Seeing Phoenix back in even if it was a short while, seeing her back in full power was something truly amazing to see when we've had all of these live action movies that has not gave Phoenix the respect that it deserves, or that the cosmic being deserves. When it comes to predictions, I'm just really when it comes to predictions for the Age of Apocalypse, I'm really excited to see who the Horsemen are going to be, especially if they bring in other people from other shows. So if we have Gambit as Death, the Hulk as War, Spider-Man as Pestilence. And I'm trying to remember who the last one was, but here's the thing about the Age of Apocalypse:
Death, Pestilence, and
Famine. But I don't remember who the character was. It could be Deadpool. No, Deadpool was a different incarnation, but that would be really cool.
I think Deadpool works.
But let's not forget
just for the movie part.
Well, I mean, look, there's a lot of different things you can go with. But I will say that I think different characters that are more in tune with the Marvel universe than just the X-Men universe would be really cool. And let's not forget, in the original Age of Apocalypse series, if I'm not mistaken, Wolverine was one of them. Was Death. Oh no, it was War. So
they could still keep that.
There's a lot of different ways they can go with this. No, for sure. Once again, traveling at that point, anything is possible. So I'm just really see what they're going to do next. And look, for Marvel fans, next on the board is the Captain 4. So I'm hype as hell to see that come out. Apparently, it's is on the level of importance as Winter Soldier. So I'm really excited to see Sam Wilson as
Captain America. Yeah,
the new Falcon. To see the new Falcon. To see
all the cameos too. They're gonna have a shitload of cameos in that.
Yeah. So the next one is Deadpool. Comes out in a couple months. So movies are the next 2 movies. So I'm really hyped.
Deadpool and Wolverine is in July, and Captain America is for, I think, Valentine's Day weekend, if I remember correctly. Next year.
Something like that. Yeah.
So they switched spots. They technically switched spots because Deadpool was supposed to be Valentine's Day weekend, but they made it the only movie for this year. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and they have shows coming out like Agatha, All Along, or whatever it's called.
No, that's confirmed the name.
Yeah, I know. But that I believe that's December. I think that's coming out this year.
Daredevil is in September or October.
Yeah. So look,
one of the two.
Once again, there's a lot of things coming out, but I guess overall the consensus is that X-Men 97 is probably one of the best things that Marvel has put out some time.
I would say of all time, honestly. Like it had nothing wrong.
It's up there. It's top. It's top 3 for sure. Whether it's movies, animation, live action, it was to die for. Don't die. With that being said, gentlemen, great show. It's good to have the 4 of us back on. Y'all might see us sooner or later. Who knows? Check it out. Also, be on the lookout for Jobber Slam at Battle Club Pro, which is July or August, one of them. One of their headline matches is Yaya versus Shelton Benjamin for the franchise title.
Me? No, I'm kidding.
That's going to be great. That's going to be amazing. But with that being said, great show. Thank everybody for joining us. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And I haven't said this in a while. Let's do what we do.
Well, you already know you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Forever Thiefin. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. As always, Sundays I do preview. I do show Baddies Caribbean on my Instagram. So as always, if you want to, you can go over there, follow me to watch Baddies Caribbean during my stories. Like I said, you already know my motto. I do this. I show those type of shows on there, so that way you don't have to pay for it. I just do it. I do it for the people. And as always, thank y'all for always tuning in. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Appreciate it. Bro, get that shit up out of here, man. We're not doing this. We're not giving this motherfucker. We're not giving.
I'm gonna do it. I'll do whatever I want to do it.
We're not giving this shit no more fucking promo. We're not giving this shit no more fucking promo. That's the fucking problem with y'all. This is why every time y'all fucking start winning, y'all get fucking insufferable. This is the fucking.
I'll do it whatever the fuck I want to do.
Stretch. Tell them they can find you, man. We have
y'all can't even be fucking humble with it. It's something crazy.
When Mark Jackson said, "Mama, there goes that man," he was talking about Jalen Brunson every single time. Let's go, Knicks.
Oh my God! It don't end, yo. It don't end.
You can find Stretch on Instagram at Jadora Sapio and on Twitter at Is That Stretch. Jesus.
Yes, sir.
I'll be the dude at the victory parade with the wingtip Timberlands on in the tuxedo. Thank you.
Y'all are not winning the trip, and if that happens, the world is going to end. I don't know why y'all want that to happen.
Guys.
We ended smoking on that Larry O'Brien pack, baby.
Oh my God.
We've gone out as
Y'all
champions.
Y'all understand if that happens, the Antichrist is going to come. We don't need that. Here you go.
I mean, for all we know, they already here.
See,
Strike.
Shit. Please. All right, everybody, you already know what it is. It's StrykerDragoon, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all the same at StrykerDragoon. YouTube is at StrykerDragoon131. I have not been streaming. I will be streaming this weekend and next week. X Defiant has dropped, so I'm going to try a free-to-play arena shooter for once because I don't freaking play shooters, but I happen to like Call of Duty now for some reason. What else? Just be on the lookout. Check out my old streams. You'll see me play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for 160 hours. But if you haven't played it, it's an amazing fucking game. Play the game. I hope you all enjoy it because I'm not touching that game again. But for the next coming weeks, there'll be a lot of gaming news. There'll be a lot of stuff leading into Summer Games Fest. And that's it for me.
And as always, you can find me, Mr. Marvel87, on Instagram and Twitter. Please make sure to check out A Different Angle, the mental health show I am a part of with our friend Rodney Harris. You can follow us on 88pod 2023. Also, there's a new venture going on called KTI Studios, a new production company that does wrestling entrance videos, podcasts, and outros, and just a whole bunch of other stuff, music videos and other things. So please make sure to check that out too. Please make sure you follow the follow the Four Corners of Commentary on Instagram and YouTube at the Council of Commentary, on X at CO Commentary. Also, please make sure to follow us on the CD network, on all your Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts, just to name a few. Also, you're following those hashtags for the four COC Council of Commentary. We'll see it. Make sure you're following us. Man, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Stay positive. As always, we are your Four Corners of Commentary. Pat out. And remember, they're not like us. Stay positive, y'all.
I see dead people. Aye, monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a freak throw, man down, call her Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pull on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure